What's going on, family? Welcome to another episode of the Seez Monroe Show. I am your host, and today we're going to be talking all things Marvel. So common sense will tell you all what went wrong with Captain America. And a lot of things that's going on, period, with Marvel, I feel is the writers. The writing room needs to be fired at this point. There is no way that we've been working on something for 4 to 5 years and there's nothing constructive, no great ideas coming out of this house at this point in time. It is a problem. And one of these things, like people were talking a lot about Trump with people being remote and working from home. This is one of the main reasons why people need to get their ass back into the office, because obviously something is being missed. There's missteps going on somewhere. And I'm feeling like that's the thing. Like, if you're able to do stuff at home, you're in the comfort of your home. It's just not as much of a grind as if when you're in that office and you know that it's crunch time. We need ideas. We need moves. Yeah, we can do Skype calls. Look how old I am. Skype calls, Zooms, Google Duos. You can FaceTime them. Like, you could do a bunch of these things, right? But it's not the same as when you're face to face with someone trying to work out these ideas. The main objective of Captain America Brave New World was solid. I get what they were trying to do as far as introducing the leader into his new role. If you guys haven't seen Captain America Brave New World at this point, it sucks for you, because at this point you should have seen it. And the numbers have dwindled since the release of this film. We're going to get into that a little bit later. But right now I want to talk about the main focus of this film and where they went wrong. First, I think that with adding Sidewinder, I don't know who idea that was. And honestly, you know what? Let's rewind. I want to actually see the original version of Captain America Brave New World. I feel like the film was solid at one point and it changed. A lot of people were saying the opposite, saying that it was so bad that they had to change it. And honestly, I felt like it had to change just because the weight of the world, we're just in this PC world right now. We want to be politically correct on everything. And that ruined the film, because this is not what we're here for. We're here, even with Civil War, there was the Sokovia Accords, like just with signing that, it was, are you Team Iron Man? Are you Team Cap? The main objective of that Accords was to give up your rights to the government to pretty much say what you can and cannot do at certain times. With that in mind, you guys understood that there was some weight in this film, that something is going on in this film, and I don't know how I feel about it. Why is Iron Man this type of guy? Why is Cap this type of guy? And I remember this film coming out, and the leak of this film was Bucky killed Tony Stark's parents, right? And I thought that was a solid motive for this film. And when you went to see this film, it was completely different. The real motive was the Accords and bringing Bucky in and bringing Captain America in and his team in, pretty much. That's what we needed in Captain America. Yes, we know we were going to go see Red Hulk. Yes, we know that there's going to be some corrupt stuff going on as far as Cap being having this sense of, should I have taken the serum? Am I worthless without it? So on and so forth. Those battles, those internal battles that Cap was facing at that time. And also the final thing was the leader and what his plans were. I just felt like, yes, the leader normally gets defeated in things, but I just felt like that this defeat was just too simple for him to be as intelligent as he is, right? So that just ruined everything from me. And it's like, I forgot the girl's name, but she's like the Israeli version of the Black Widow. And even if she wasn't the Israeli version, even if it was Natasha Romanoff, she would not be working for the president of the United States. So they kind of ruined everything with this film. It just doesn't add up. The weight of this film just didn't work out for me. And I felt like the things to make it better, they should have kept the storyline of Isaiah Bradley being hypnotized and going off and doing some great things. He shouldn't have been caught as soon as he left the White House. They could have played with that a little bit more as far as the leader being so great at what he does. He had somewhere for them to go, so on and so forth. And if you guys don't know who Isaiah Bradley is, he's the Captain America that the government didn't want. So he was a super soldier, and at the time Cap went into the ice, the world needed a Captain America. He went out there and did it on his own. So he technically went rogue, and the government caught him and brought him back, took him to jail, experimented on him, and that's why he holds this this animosity towards the U.S. government. So that's Isaiah Bradley's story in a nutshell. All in all, I just feel like this film was just missing a lot. Like it missed its core point. We have Celestial Island. We have Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. We have the new Captain America. You have the new Falcon. You have the leader. You have Isaiah Bradley. You have Sidewinder. You have just all these components in this film, and then you mesh it down to less than 2 hours. I want to say an hour and 50 minutes. Then the credits started to roll. Like that's a lot, guys. We really were cheated out of this film, and I blamed the writers' room at this point. And I just started to feel like just leaving Captain America: Brave New World out of this. When it goes to the writers, just all in all, I just feel like the writers it's not just these characters. They just don't know what's going on with these comics. If you guys haven't watched your neighborhood friendly Spider-Man, go watch it. It's phenomenal. It's on Disney Plus. It did a phenomenal job. This is not the original Peter Parker storyline. I'm okay with that. Just like if you guys have played Spider-Man 2 on the PS5, that's not the original Spider-Man or the original Harry Osborn storyline. I'm okay with that because it was actually good. Now, if you switch something and you don't capitalize on the switch, if it's not good, then there's no need to switch it. Just keep the original content. I understand you want to switch it so people are more surprised when they get to the movie theaters. You don't automatically know what's going to happen. Of course, you leave tidbits in there, like simple things like the Prowler is, what's my man name? Spider-Man. Miles Morales is his uncle. So those things were still in films. That's common knowledge, but you switch everything else up. And it's okay. I like that. That was good. So with these writers, I feel like they don't have any respect for the content. And if you guys go look at a YouTube channel, it's called Rob Explains or Comics Explain. Phenomenal. He came up with a nice idea to flip this whole Brave New World storyline around. And I thought that was phenomenal, just where he came from and his aspect in that. Go check him out. Comics Explain is on YouTube. There's another guy, Everything Always. He put out a video about Kang coming back and how it wasn't needed, so on and so forth, and that they ended Kang's storyline with Loki season 2. And again, Everything Always or Every Day Always, whatever his channel is, I watch his channel like faithfully. They're great channels. But I have to disagree with this. Like, you don't know. Obviously, you're critiquing Marvel, which is great. But also, you're not going to the source material. Like, you can technically say without Kang, there will be no X-Men. You know what I'm saying? Because the original mutant was a slave of Kang, of Ramun Tut, which is a variant of Kang. Like, it goes deeper than just, hey, let's slap Doom in there, let's throw Galactus in there, and let's just, end this whole thing on a party. If you wanted to end the MCU right now, the best thing to do is have Kang reset the universe. That's it. Bringing in Dr. Doom right now is going to be a waste. We don't necessarily need a Fantastic Four origin story, but we kind of need, because it's never been done right. So we know the origin story a bit, But it's not like Spider-Man where it's been drilled in our head all our lives. Like Fantastic Four came in spurts. Like you've seen them and then you didn't for like a decade or two, and then they come back. That's pretty much what it is in our world of how we look at the Fantastic Four. So bringing us an origin story isn't the worst thing in the world, but I understand if you guys want to skip that part of it, cool. But those origin stories help us understand more of who Doom is, help us understand who Galactus is, helps us understand who Kang is, because Kang was one of the main guys. He was one of the main antagonists for the Fantastic Four. Also, Black Panther that was brought in through a Fantastic Four comic. Like these things are connected in so many ways where we can make phenomenal films out of them. It's just, I just think the writer's room at this point are being told, hey, let's flip this and let's make this work. And they're writing it and somebody is just greenlighting it. And it's the worst thing. It's the worst ideas ever. Because at this point, we should have had a solid movie. And Marvel it's just been bad, like back to back. Of course, people bring up Deadpool and Wolverine. Yes, it was entertaining. It wasn't a great movie. So I'm including that in that 5-year run of just bad films. So hopefully Thunderbolts, I'm not even going to say that. I'm not going to give it too much hope. I don't think it looks the greatest. I don't think the storyline is the greatest. We'll see. Let's go on to the next topic because I don't want to get into too much of, I don't want to keep harping on this. Like it's getting tiring. But going just the writer's room alone, they need to revamp it. Because the writer's room, they don't know how to write, obviously. And they don't know how to write these characters. I just feel like at this point you've had big films or big characters like Kang that you demolish. Big characters like Red Hulk that you demolish. The Leader. Who else? Who was a recent like huge character? Hell, we still haven't got our Blade movie at this point. It's just the writers suck and they need to be let go. At this point, if it's not working out, it's time to go. You've had too long. Again, we've had movies, Marvel films on a conveyor belt for 15 years. And yes, there was a hiccup here and there, but there weren't consistent hiccups. And that's where we are right now, just consistently bad. So they need, Gore the God Butcher. That's what I was thinking of. Demolish them. So think about that, guys. Tell me what you think. I appreciate y'all for tuning in for another episode of the Seez Monroe Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We're gonna talk about it in the comments, man, because I want to talk about this. I want to get y'all understanding of like what you felt could have been done differently that made Captain America: Brave New World tolerable. I want to get the aspect of what you would do to turn the MCU around right now, because right now, I kind of said this on my last video, they're in talks to bring in Jonathan Majors back. Now, they also are in talks to just killing them off on screen. Think it's a bad idea. Think we need to scrap Doom, give Robert Downey Jr. his check, scrap him, move back to the Kang storyline, make it work until we get the mutants. Plain and simple. All right? I'll see y'all next week. Peace.